Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to 2023. The current date right now is the 3rd of January. 2022 is officially finished, and I ended green for the first time ever of 150 bucks. So feels good. It was a hard year, definitely. Not a lot of opportunity besides, or on the long side, I should say. Besides maybe like oil. Oil was really hot in like March. That heated up the market real well. And monkeypox, that was kind of the other halfway hot sector. But other than that, overall markets ended almost 20% down year to date. I know a lot of great traders were red on the year, so I'm extremely grateful and proud of myself for being green on this year. It's something I've been looking forward to, and it's a big milestone for me. So, yeah. That's also only with a almost 43% win rate. So that's something I'm working on too. If once I get this win rate up, I already have the risk management in place. Risk management really clicked with me. It's never really not clicked. It's something I've gotten pretty early on, and I'm very grateful that I never had problems really with risk management. I don't want to sound like I'm full of myself because I'm way far from being perfect, especially when it comes to risk management. But profit factor could be way better. A lot of these great traders like Jack Kellogg, Kyle Williams, I know they're in the 2 to 2.5%. I think even like Roland Wolf's in the 3s or 4s, maybe, if I'm remembering right. But yeah, going into 2023, my goal is $1,000 profit with a higher win rate. Ideally in the above 50, like 55 would be great. That'd be huge for me. And I want a little bit better risk reward. I would like to improve. I'd like to see this like at least 2 to 1. It needs to be at least 2 to 1 if I'm going to succeed long term in this. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to make $100,000 and lose it all. I'm here for a career. That's ideally what I'd love to do for the rest of my life. So yeah, I'm just learning slowly, and but I'm learning. Gaining a lot of experience, and this year is no different. Learned a ton. So yeah, let's get into it. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Let's look at this. Is filtered for just this year. Started off really strong. I was nailing a bunch of OTCs. It was looking really good. Oil was hot. I can't remember if I traded any oil. In the beginning of the year, I didn't know a ton of listed strategies. I maybe had dip and rips. I have it written down right here on the sticky note. I had intraday breakouts were profitable for me, and dip and rips were profitable for me. I added a long reversal and afternoon breakout setup. I learned both of those patterns through Tim Grittani's trading tickers. I also watched Roland Wolf's course, whatever you want to call it, boot camp. Learned a lot there too. So I'm always learning. That's a goal of mine, is to always learn. And yeah, I don't know how I got onto that, but yeah, March was really hot. And then after that, it was kind of going through a slump. Overall markets really started tanking in March. I think there was a big rebound on the big indices, if I'm remembering correctly. But yeah, and then I learned a few more of these setups going into the end of the year, and they were working really well. So I picked those up really quick. Pretty proud of myself there. So yeah, let's actually look at the year, month, day. Let me clear this. So yeah, this first green year, as I mentioned before, swinging from a loss of a little over $3,000 in 2020 to a loss of $400 in 2021 to now a gain of $150. And this 2022 is by far the hardest trading environment long side that we've seen. There were plenty of opportunities short. We had a ton of China pumps that were just easy money. They got a little trickier going into the end of the year. But yeah, not a ton alongside. So I was really trying to be particular in the trades I did take. And yeah, so that's why you only see like 42 trades. I think I forgot to mention that. But it was my lowest trade number year. But yeah, let's get into some of these trades here. Tesla, I was swinging this and it got real overextended. And this is just outside of my realm. I would be red on the year without this trade. So it's kind of a fluke year if you want to call it that. But this is a large cap. I don't usually trade large caps. And it just went on a really big overextension. I think it had like 10 or 11 green days in a row. And I was selling pretty much dead top on that. So I was pretty proud of that, actually. And yeah, so I thought I would put it in there. I don't put a lot of stocks I'm investing into this as investments. I'm trading. This is my trading journal. I'm going to only enter in my trades. I would be very red on the year if we were looking at investments as well. So yeah, let's get into toner. This is an OTC breakout. This is pretty textbook, like I mentioned in here. Saw a few others running, so I thought toner could do it as well. And this is again in March, where a lot of OTCs were kind of getting hot. This is its daily chart. Let me actually see if I can make this bigger. This is its daily chart, just buying the breakout and selling that same day within the hour, taking quick profits. I should be holding these a little bit longer, but yeah, it's something I don't really excel at. It's something I'm trying to get better at. So, and trust me, you'll see that later into some of these other trades here. Yeah, speaking of, let's look at SNTI. This is one of those Tim Grittani long reversals that I learned going into the end of the year. This is in October. Yeah. So this is the daily. What the long reversal pattern is a big stock, or not a big stock, but a big overextension on a stock. Then it collapses, has a few red days, ideally at least one, with $7 million volume in the previous day. And you're buying the breakout. Actually, give me a 1 minute chart on here. You're buying the break high a day with at least 5 minutes of consolidation. And you can see these horrible sells. I'm selling way too early. If we bring up another 15-minute chart here, not a 15-minute, 5-minute, this thing went way farther than this. It went like a whole nother $1 higher. So it's something I was really working on. And you'll see this in the next trade I bring up too. Just not great sells. I can't remember who told me this or where I heard this from, but I have it written down on another note card here saying you wouldn't short the front side of the move, so why would you randomly sell front side? And I think that really resonated with me. It's like I shouldn't be selling here. I should be either selling into this pop, thinking it's but even this is a little early, it's not like a big pullback like this. I should be selling into here or here, or even into some of the strength. I should not be selling within the first 15 minutes, and that really kicked me. I would be very green on the year if I held a little bit longer. And this is another prime example of this, AM. This is a dip and rip. But this is, I think, breast cancer news, something like that. Yeah, and it was low float. I thought this thing could go, and it definitely went, as you can see in this chart. And I was selling like for 50 cent, not even gains, like 40 cents a gain. Let's pull up a 1 minute here. So yeah, it's great entry. I'm getting these entries pretty good on this dip and rip. It had consolidation. I thought this could go. It did. I think even in here, I definitely should have held my last 100 shares at least, because it's going to trap shorts all day, and going to regret it. That's what I wrote in my notes, and regret it I did. This thing went to almost over 450 on the day, and I'm selling in the 150s. There should be no excuse for that, and I should take my own advice, But again, it's something I'm trying to work on. CPHI was kind of uneventful. Pretty much just a morning spike. Wait, we can look at it, I guess. Yeah, just day one, kind of buying this intraday breakout and selling into strength. Decent sell. Could have gotten a little bit better, but it's whatever. Pretty uneventful, like I said. COSM is another great one. Long reversal. I had a big overextension, red day, and I'm buying that first green day. For some reason, I'm not able to get another daily chart, so that's weird. Yeah, but this is, exactly like that. What was it? SNTI trade. I'm buying high a day after it consolidates for 5 minutes. And I remember this one, it went way farther than my sells too. So let's look at some of my biggest losers. First one up is INDO. I haven't actually looked at this yet, but this is, one of those ones that went really hot in March when Russia invaded Ukraine. We had the oil crisis. Just stupid trading that I don't need to be doing. There's no reason I should be buying into this. But I was thinking it can continue running and kind of break out on the daily chart, which isn't a great thesis. There's a lot of bag holders in this from March, and it didn't really work in April. And I thought it could maybe work in August, and it obviously didn't. So I should be buying strength into this. This is one of the big things. I should not be buying this weakness. I thought this consolidation was good, and it was until it cracked consolidation. I ended up adding to it, which I shouldn't be doing. Either I shouldn't be sizing into losers and just cutting it right after that. It's just a dumb trade. So going into 2023, I have literally my setups written right here. I have 7 of them. They're all profitable. I went through all my stats and figured out which I was profitable with, which ones I wasn't. So I will be solely sticking to those profitable strategies and avoiding everything else. Why would I be trading something that doesn't make me money? Moving into MMTLP. This is a long reversal. OTC. It's the only OTC long reversal. I thought it had a great chance of working. But if you look at this day, it went all the way down to like 280 and it bounced back to like 4. So it's kind of already had its bounce. I should have looked at that. And this is another illiquid one. It's an OTC. And, so I'm buying this high a day after it consolidated for 5 minutes and it just stuffed and cut it at low a day. So that just didn't work. It's going to happen. But yeah, I actually ended up taking more shares in my max loss, so that's why I took a big loss on this one. So it's dumb. This is when I first implemented the $50 max loss mathematical formula, if you want to even call it that. And I accidentally doubled it, so that's why this is almost $100 loss instead of just 50. But yeah, that's just a mistake on my end. That's completely avoidable. And let's look at like BWV. I think it's Blue Water Vaccines. Yeah, FOMO. This is a monkeypox vaccine. Yeah, it just looks like I wasn't very disciplined on this one. Sorry, I should have been going through these before, but this is another one that was pumped really bad, like in the beginning of the year. I think it was a Chinese pump. Man, this thing ran again. I thought it, for some reason, just mistakes. I shouldn't be looking at this. In hindsight, it's really easy to see I shouldn't be trading this. But it just FOMO got to me. Like I said in here, I'm trying to buy this because I'm thinking it's going to push and break high day and continue running, but instead it just doesn't. And I'm oversized in it, probably 500 shares of like $4.50 stock. It's more than what I'm usually sized into. And this thing just kind of chopped around all day. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really have anything I wanted to cover. Thankful to be green on the year. Getting kind of a a drawdown right now, but as you can see in the 90 days, I am recovering. And my goal in 2023 is to have at least $1,000 profits. I think that's pretty achievable. Hopefully we can beat that. I can't remember if I covered any of this, sorry. So I'm sorry if I'm repeating this. But I want to get my win rate to at least 50%, ideally 55-60%. And I want to get my risk reward a little bit higher. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you next month. See ya.